testing. 1 2 1 2. Going live. Okay. I hope you can hear me. Is anyone able to get me? Okay, so this is the first video that I'm making for my ministry, Tenderhearted Ministry. So I'm just trying to see if it's possible for me to do a live video discussion with anyone out there. I know there isn't much lighting here. I'm in a small office at my clinic, or clinic. I work at the Ministry of Health as a psychologist as well. So I'm just trying to see if it's possible for us to start our ministry live broadcast where we could have a discussion and just throw it out there to the rest of others so that they could hear the gospel. So in my introduction, I would try to make it as clear as possible what this ministry is about. As you can see from the name, it's tender-hearted ministry. God is calling upon us to be more kind and loving towards each other because of who He is towards us. So there is a certain stance that God has taken towards humanity, and that's a stance of grace. He has stooped so low, been so high. So God is saying, in our dealings with each other, is it possible for us also to exercise the same kind of grace that He has bestowed upon us? So this morning in my devotions, I just had a few thoughts that I want to share with you guys. Bueno, ba? Nili live. Mwaona live video. Nilifuna kwa makizi yao. Hmm? No, I'm trying to record the video. Nilifuna kwa makizi yao kumunena. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Manje manje che. I'm just testing out this. Okay, so that's one of the ladies who work here. I was just asking them for the keys. So I was saying this morning I had a few thoughts to share that I had in my devotion in the morning that I feel if I share these with somebody out there, they'll be helped. So the first thought that I wrote down in my devotion was all these heights, oh God, these heights you put before my weak eyes. Omnipotent, omnipotent stands free before a sinner. In my own Christian walk, it seems like God uh, has put before this weak man something that he literally is amazing. Like for me, it's amazing what God is putting before me. Now, there are things that He was reminding me this morning to remain in Him, to remain in Him by trusting Him, yielding to Him, living for Him, and living by Him. Those thoughts for me came this morning like a tidal wave, and I started thinking, Lord, am I really living for You? Am I remaining in You? Now, this basically is taken from the Bible, which is John 15, the chapter John 15 about the branch, the vine, and the husbandman. Now, one thought that just leaped out on me and jumped on me was the thought that I am necessary to God, just as necessary as the branch is to the vine. You see, we are the branches, He is the vine, and we are only effective as our attachment is to the vine. So God is saying, listen, you are necessary to me. And if you remain connected to me, then at the end of the day, you will bear the fruits that I want you to bear as a Christian. So this is one thought that came out. Another thought was like, remain in Him while you're being pruned. So there's the thought of remaining in Him while you're being pruned. Most of the times when we're going through trials, uh, we tend to want to bend out of shape, like to come out of shape, so that we could try to save ourselves. But God is saying, listen, I am pruning you, remain in me. A branch needs to remain connected to the vine while it is being pruned. Another thought that came up was remain where you were before sanctification. And before sanctification happens, you need to remain where you were. And where were you before sanctification? You were justified in Him, in the person, the literal person of Jesus. So that's where you need to remain. Then another thought that came up was you are already clean by the word which I have spoken to you. This is Jesus speaking in John 15. He's saying, ye are clean by my word. And the word that he speaks, and Paul tells us that the way that he speaks to us, that he justifies us, he declares his righteousness upon us. That's what makes us clean. Okay. Then another thing that in doing our work for God, our work for God must be our work for Jesus must be the work that He is doing in us, because it can never be accepted if it is not the work uh, that is derived from our own self will or self promotion. It is always an initiative which starts with God. So our work that we do for Jesus must always be the work that He is doing, because that is the only work that is accepted before God. Okay. You cannot separate Christ and His Word. His Word remains in us. So there is no way you can say you are in Christ while you are disobedient to the Word of Christ. So the word that comes from God, from Christ Himself, is the same word that, because He is the word, by the way. So you cannot separate those two. Now, the fullness of Christ. Now, ask whatever you require, because whatever you request already is available in Him. Now, God says, those that believe in Him and trust in Him, they will ask whatsoever they require, because whatsoever they are requiring has already been given to them in the person, in the literal person of Jesus Christ the righteous. That is the good news. Know and believe the promises of God. Now, the Word of God and Him are one and the same thing. Now, if you know and believe the Word of God, that is what gives you the strength to move on in life. Now, I just wanted to share these thoughts with you in my testing video. I hope you're going to enjoy. You can leave your comment down there, and let's just see how this goes. This is just the beginning of something great that God wants to do. I know the lighting is not good here. I appear to be more dark than I am. I am dark, but lovely. Remember, I'm bright. So thank you very much for watching this, and I hope that you invite others to this channel as well. Thank you.